What's up, guys? It's Hollow Wolf coming back at you with a new video today. We have the second of many videos hopefully to come in the future and streams with Hypermind in Burlington, the local gaming store in my community. We are doing box openings for March of the Machines. This video will cover the set booster box. Tells you that I don't have a script on this one. And then there'll be 2 more videos for the bundle and the collector box on these. No pre-release boxes on this one. But if you enjoy it, please stick around. See what we got in stock. The cards that were pulled in this video are available for sale, but it is first come, first serve. All the information will be in the video on a little placard for intermission, or I'm going to put the details in the description of the video. So go check them out. And if you're in the area in Burlington, North Carolina, go visit. Thank you, guys. I'll see y'all next one. Later. It is this one. Hello, stream. Sorry about that. Holy fuck.
It's alright. We're all derped here. It's been a bit of a day.
It has been a long day. Long day. I might need to turn this down a little bit. Bubba, do you got your earbuds? Can you go on stream and tell me how bad it is? Because I know it's going to be a little bit rough. But welcome, guys. I'm Hollow Wolf, and what's up to Ian? We're opening up some March of the Machines up at Hypermind in Burlington, and Ian is going to start us off with the set booster.
Heck yeah, man. The way this works, knife goes in, guts come out.
Guts being cards. Let's go ahead and get that straight. I mean, you are holding a blade. Let's be real here. I'm sitting awfully close. What up, Bears?
All right.
Doesn't sound bad? Awesome. How you doing, Bears?
So we're going to start this off, see how well we do.
I could not get 3 cameras working.
All right, now I have not seen most of this set.
Ooh.
I don't even know how to organize this.
Well, there's your rare.
It's a little confusing. I'm just going to go ahead and pull these out. I'm going to ditch most of these commons and uncommons.
That's fine.
Because
cannon fodder.
There's a lot going on in this set, and I don't understand most of it. But I know there's this cool mechanic called incubate, and people are pretty excited. People are pretty excited. That's a battle card, my friend.
Oh,
that's
that
our first
battle
instance
stuff.
of battle card.
Yeah, that's
we have battle
stuff.
cards and transforming tokens for the first time ever. So
Bears
this battle
hype
card, on one side it
Bears
says, when invasion of Asgal enters the battlefield, target player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker and loses 1 life. That's neat. Does stuff. But battle is as a siege, which is what this is, enters the battlefield, choose an opponent to protect it, which means it stays under your control. You own this card. It is under your control, but an opponent must protect it. You and others can attack it. When it is defeated, so when this life points here, which is 4, reaches 0, then you exile it and recast it for free
as on the other side.
Yeah,
that's wild. Bears are saying if it doesn't mill, it ain't worth it.
If it doesn't mill, it ain't worth it.
That's our buddy Bears. He likes mill decks.
You know what? I've played my fair share of mill decks, but I've repented since.
Have you really, though?
No, I play worse.
I play worse. Yeah, there you go. There's a way to be honest.
Omnath is super cool. I'm building a whole commander deck for Omnath because he's the best. I'm gonna see if I can get this up there. Oh, nope. I don't know how to focus.
So there you go.
There we go. I have the help of the steady. And it's out of focus. Well, anyway, that's an Omnath. I'm going to go ahead and read it to you. If you would lose unspent mana, that mana becomes black instead. So you just don't lose it, but now it's black. So if you got green mana in your mana pool, it's not going to be green anymore when you change phases. It's going to be black.
All right.
It says, at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal that card if it has 3 or more colored mana symbols in its mana cost. Doesn't matter what color they are, just 3 colored mana symbols. If you do, add 3 mana in any combination of its colors, basically to your mana pool, and put that card into your hand. If you don't reveal it, put it in your hand. So it's a draw mechanic. And you see this? You see how it says he costs 5? That's not true. He costs 4.
He costs 4 and a poison?
He costs 4 and 2 life. He never ever costs 5. If you pay 5 for him, you've done it wrong. So he's 4 for a 4/4, and you pay 2 life, but that doesn't matter because no one cares. What do we got? Yargle Margle. He's a 9/3 that does nothing, but he's cool, so smack people with him. And what's this? That's an uncommon, so it doesn't matter. There are probably commons and uncommons in this set I'm missing. I have not studied this set. I have been very preoccupied with my enlistment status, so...
Me as well. I'm completely new to this as well today.
Life's been a little out of hand.
It's been a little out of pocket.
Alright, let's see. We've got commander cards here. Whenever you cast your first spell during each of your turns, exile the top 10 cards. Sorry, the top, not 10.
Top 10. All right, Ugin, how you doing?
The top card of your target opponent's library and create a treasure token. I'm doing this upside down, so forgive me. Then you may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost. If it's a spell with the mana value less than the number of artifacts you control, if you don't cast it this way, you may cast it this turn. That's a lot of things.
That's a lot of things.
On a card that we're going to ignore now. And we're going.
You want to separate that while you're open up?
Nope, I don't care. There's too many. There's too many different ones. There's so much. I will try to point out things that I know are big deals. I've spent the last hour trying to figure some stuff out. So I have enough context to understand what is and isn't the stuff for this set, but very little knowledge.
What is and isn't the stuff?
Yep.
I like it.
Izuri Claw of Progress.
Ooh.
I love this guy. He's not new. He's old. He gives you experience counters and makes +1/+1 counters because you have experience counters. I like him. I used to run him. He's got a new art. That's all you need to know. Nahiri's Warcrafting. I'm going to turn this around because I can't see that far. Nahiri's Warcrafting deals 5 damage to target creature, planeswalker, or battle. They're starting to incorporate the word battle on things. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is excess damage dealt this way. You may exile one of those cards, put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. You may play the exiled card this turn. This is a sorcery that costs 2 red and 1. I would say this is pretty mid-range, because you need to have mana available to cast the card that you see.
Sure.
And you need to be hitting something small enough that matters. Now, if you just got somebody that says, I'm going to play this Tarmogoyf, I don't know, and I have 4 cards in my graveyard, well, you know what? At least you only have to pay 3 to kill it. There's other cards that do it better, but it's options. Options in red are not common.
Unlike the fodder that is coming out of the bag.
Yeah, unlike everything else. Unlike everything else. Say that again?
Garbage can.
I'll lean back.
It said, know your place, puppet. Know your place.
All right, there we go. We got Sheoldred.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Got the pretty Sheoldred. It's not the prettiest Sheoldred, but it's a pretty Sheoldred. We got more Yargle. Yargle, Gargle, and Multani. Multani, yes. I can speak
Gargle.
English.
Yargle, Gargle.
I look at he's an 18-6 for 6. He may not win games,
The fuck?
but he sure is gonna make somebody hurt real bad.
18-6 for 6.
He's a frog spirit elemental.
That's the combo.
Yeah, this is the frog spirit elemental that's gonna beat somebody in the face, and if you throw it at him, you might kill him.
Might.
And
I did.
we got Shieldred. Shieldred's pretty okay this time around. She's not like the best, but she has Swamp Walk. She's a 6/6 for 7. At the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battle. Oh wait, this is. Never mind. I was thinking this was the reversible one. I'm just dumb. No, this is just Shieldred.
You said.
Yes, I did. I know my faults. I know my faults.
I know them. You ain't got to point them out to me.
Hey, we got a list card. No one cares. All right.
Especially, do you keep lists separate?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
It's the worst part.
And
And there's nothing else of note or fun or value. City on Fire. Okay. I opened a pre-release kit. Bought one. I was like, I'm not gonna get to play in pre-release. I'm gonna open a pre-release kit. 2 City on Fires. 1 Ragavan. And one Ragavan, 2 City on Fires, and 2 Pulchronos.
I'm not happy with you.
City on Fire costs 8, but you ignore that 8 because usually you're smart enough to have creatures in play to convoke it.
I mean, if it's got a convoke and you're not convoking it, I feel like you're not doing it right.
Yep, you're not running enough creatures. Now, it also says if a source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals triple that damage instead.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it does exactly what it. Yeah, it.
City on
Hey,
Fire.
you want to poke me for 1? Actually, buddy,
3.
That's 3. But if I hit you with Yargle,
It deals like, what is that? 36?
that's 54 damage.
54 damage.
Yeah.
You lose the game.
Come here. Here's 54 damage. Because Yargle said so.
City on Fire.
Yargle, yeah. Oh,
He's
yeah,
a legendary. But it's a City on Fire. Source you control will deal that would deal damage to a permanent or player. It triples it.
It's dumb. It's real dumb. All right, let's see what we got. I'm mostly skipping through all the commons and uncommons. I'm just going to go over rares for right now. We've got a lot of stuff to go through. It's pretty late. I'm also running an event in the store, so like, if I go back and forth, this man will take over.
About to say, bear with us a little bit. We just we're kind of bootlegging tonight.
All right, so Doom Scar Warrior, human warrior for 4, backup 1. Now backup, it doesn't say on this card, but what it does is when it comes into play, you give somebody a +1/+1 counter, and then they get the abilities that are below. So it'll get trample, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player or battle, look at that many cards from the top of your library. You may reveal a creature or land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in any random order. Now, this is only until end of turn for that other creature, but this creature keeps it forever. So you just come in, you get your Yargle Gargle, and you give him backup 1. Now he's a 19/7. It was a good year. And you're gonna smack them with it for 19. They're almost dead, and you go get basically whatever card you want out of your deck. It's the top 19 cards, so just pick one. And
Pick something.
And now he has trample, so even if they block, I mean, it's Yargle Gargle. Who cares?
He's gargling.
He's gargling. I'm telling you, man. 18/6 for 6 is pretty dumb.
I wouldn't know what the price of Yargle.
Probably 10 cents. If I'm gonna be honest, he's
I'm gonna need that card.
okay.
The fact that he doesn't do anything other than be an 18/6.
Yeah, people want abilities, but like Yargle Gargle's pretty cool. Lathiel.
I need a meme.
The
Gargle.
Bounteous Dawn. Oh, okay. It's the unicorn lady thing. I don't know. It's a
Is this the
horse.
one that when you gain life, you can distribute 1/1s? The beginning of your end step,
yes.
if you gain life this turn, distribute that many 1/1 counters among any number of target creatures, of other target creatures. Yeah, this is we got a friend that runs this card. It is a different art, though. That is very pretty.
It's a reprint. So what's happening is it's called Multiverse Legends. That's why you're seeing some of these cards come up. They are bringing them back which is why earlier I said yes, I pulled Ragavan in a draft pack. Ragavan is pullable again. You can get him.
Yes.
It's dumb.
He's already got one.
But it's a Multiverse Legends thing. But they come back with the new frame of whatever it was that their plane is, kind of like a showcase version of their plane.
Can he also get a new card art?
Yeah, it looks like the Kaladesh invention thing. Terror of Tawashi. Tawashi. Yep, that's a word. All right. Costs 4, has Death Touch. It's a Phyrexian Ogre.
Oh, Lord.
That Phyrexian keyword's important now.
Oh, yes.
Whenever Terror of Tawashi attacks, you may pay 3 and a black. When you do, return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. If it is now a Phyrexian in addition to its other types. Mid-range recursion. It will see commander play. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's good, but it's decent mid-range. If you're having trouble keeping your creatures in play and you want a dude that nobody wants to mess with, because he has Death Touch, just play him.
Poke me eye, poke you back.
Exactly. Rona, Herald of Invasion. All right, now this is sad. This is a sad day. We start to see some of our favorite heroes turn into other things. So this costs 1 and a blue. Whenever you cast a legendary spell, untap Rona, Herald of Invasion. You can tap it to draw a card and then discard a card. You can also pay 5 and 2 life, because again, remember, that little symbol right there, that just means 2 life. You don't pay black for that. It's just 2 life. That's it. Transform Rona, activate only as a sorcery. And now our friend, our Rona, I don't even remember who Rona is. She becomes
Phyrexian Wizard.
Yeah, Phyrexian Wizard. She's a 5/5 now.
In here too.
With trample, because I don't know why she got trample, but I guess now she's cleaving through people. Rona got swole. Whenever a source deals combat damage to Rona, Tolarian Obliterator, wow, that's cool. That source's controller exiles a card from their hand at random. If it's a land card, you may put it onto the battlefield under your control. Otherwise, you may cast it without paying its mana cost.
Ooh.
So
That's why she got trampled. She tried to keep her on the field.
Oh no, it's whenever a source deals damage to her.
To her? Oh.
That source's controller is going to be SOL.
Damn. The blue light.
That's pretty good. I'm just saying, being able to pay 2 life and 5 to turn your little dude who costs 2 into a late game performer, pretty awesome. Man, we are getting juked pretty hard here. I'm just gonna point this out. All of these are terrible, except Shieldred's cool. I guess everybody wants to play Shieldred because they want to get hated off the table. I guess.
I mean, you want to get hated off the table, so...
I don't play Shieldred, so absolutely not.
But you get hated off for other reasons.
I get hated off for other reasons. I was born.
I was born. Wasn't ready for that one. No, I was born.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hidetsugu and Kieri as flying. Costs 2 blue and a black. It's 5/4. It's an Ogre Demon Dragon. Try saying that 5 times fast.
Ogre Demon Dragon? Nope.
Yep, exactly. All right.
Nope, don't do it.
Whenever this card, because I'm not going to say that again, enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards, then put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. Okay, so it's a Brainstorm that does stuff. All right. That's also a 5/4. When it dies, exile the top card of your library. Target opponent loses life equal to the mana value. If it's an instant or sorcery card, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. Recursion decks beware. So if this is your commander, or if you're in a recursion deck, you can just go sack, recur, and then brainstorm all of your best instant and sorceries back on top of your deck.
Back onto your deck, yeah.
I don't know if you guys know what Expropriate is. Expropriate wins games. All right, it's dumb. It just wins games. You can go, hey guys, I have an Expropriate in my hand. It costs 9 mana normally. I'm going to play this guy, and then he's going to die. I just put it on top of my library. I get to cast it for free. you guys are effed real hard. I'm going to take like 2 extra turns and 1 of your permanents. Maybe 3 extra
Jesus
turns.
Christ.
Because expropriate's dumb. But there's other stuff that you can use that with. Oh, we got a rare battle. I don't know what it does. Invasion of Alara.
Is that it out of that pack? Oh no!
I'm telling you, man, we're getting hosed. But it's
I mean,
fine.
we still got ways to go, but yeah, so far it is looking a little rough.
Give us the goods. All right.
Heart of the cards, heart of the cards.
This isn't Yu-Gi-Oh! Get back to your game.
I mean,
kidding.
you could use it.
They haven't stolen my grandpa, so I can't. So, Invasion of Alara. When Invasion of Alara.
Did you just wake up and choose violence today? Is that what's going on here?
It's been that way the last 2 weeks. I've been going to the gym like 2 hours a day. I am ready to choose violence every day at this point.
Fuck it. You talking about she being swole? Ian over here getting swole. That's why he had to go buy shirts that fit. Because he couldn't fit in this. What'd you call it earlier? Schmediums? Baby Schmediums.
I'm wearing
He's
big
getting
boy
too
shirts
swole
now.
for the Schmediums.
It says, when Invasion of Alara enters the battlefield, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile 2 non-land cards with mana value 4 or less. You may cast one of those 2 cards without paying its mana cost. Put one of them into your hand, and then put the other cards exiled this way in the bottom of your library in random order. Neat. All right, neat. All right, then, it's a siege, so
7 life.
make somebody come
get
protect it, and you're going to beat it up. And then once you beat it up, it gets exiled and turns around, you recast it, and now it's a sorcery. It is all colors. Target player draws 2 cards. You may put an artifact card from your hand onto the battlefield. Create a token that's a copy of a permanent you control. Distribute 3 +1/+1 counters among 1, 2, or 3 creatures you control. Destroy target permanent and opponent controls. You do all of those things. It didn't say or. It just
Did
said.
not say or?
It said do all the things. It said do all the things. Now 7, that's a lot to cleave through. 7's not a small amount to hit this thing for. But if you have Yargle Gargle, it doesn't matter because Yargle Gargle is going to one-shot this thing. I'm telling you, that's the answer to everything in the set.
Need to be cleaved? Yargle.
Yeah, just Yargle Gargle your way through it.
If he stays on the board too long, recursion. Gargle.
Exactly.
Oh.
Ooh, we got some cool looking stuff and some other. I do hope at some point you guys get the chance to read all these battle cards that I'm skipping because I'm tired. There are some genuinely really good ones in there. Most of the good ones are pretty much rare and mythic. I'm gonna be honest with you. The rest are generally trash tier, but there are a couple good ones.
I was about to say, I'm kind of looking through them. If I see anything special, I might drop out of it. But so far, I'm not seeing anything like.
Yeah, I know. Baral and Kari Zev. So I guess Baral and Kari decided they were going to be friends because Baral plays nice with others now. I guess when your plane is being invaded by Phyrexians, it changes your view on life or something. I don't know.
I mean, wasn't it for you?
I'm not Baral. I might join the Phyrexians. I don't know.
Oh, that's right. You chose violence.
You what?
That's where you messed up.
Say
Elliot's here.
Elliot's here.
Yeah, he's around.
This says First Strike and Menace because, it does. It's a 2/4 for 3. Whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell each turn, you may cast a spell with lesser mana value that shares a card type with it from your hand without paying its mana cost. If you don't, create a monkey pirate creature, 2/1 Ragavan first mate, legendary token. It gains haste until end of turn.
So kind of like a hand-me-down cascade in a way.
Sort of. So
But then if you don't do it, you get to amass a little bit.
here's how I see this deck going. I see this being a commander of a weird type of Voltron, where it's not equipments, but it's instant and sorceries that you cast. Like, hey, I'm going to cast this card that gives it +3/+0 in First Strike or whatever, even though it already is First Strike. And then, for free, I get to cast this other card or make a monkey. And so I could see that being a thing, because red-blue, anytime you cast spells, you're going to get to A, draw cards, and B, maybe copy it. So
That might be a nasty, like, red burn.
yeah,
Like a red burn with, like, interaction from blue.
the reason I think of Voltron is because of Menace. Because
does
if
it
you're,
give Menace?
it has Menace. If your opponent is only, if they're playing their commander, or if they're low on creatures because you've just burnt them out, or because somebody board wiped because they're an OG, then you're just going to get in there, and whatever this is, you're going to beat them up. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I just think it might work.
That is pretty interesting, though.
We've seen this before. Sleeping Isle, you know. It's a land, but it's not a land. It's a
land that's not a land.
it's a kraken that slept too long and land grew on its back, and then everybody decided it was a land.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's a thing, man. Grab Elliot really quick. If he doesn't, let me
If you
know.
need to step up, you good.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Elliot should be
Coming out then
able
about
to
to
do it.
tap 5 summary, as long as somebody kind of like it's a land. Oh, 12. Okay. It's like that deep sea kraken that can't be blocked.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Everybody's all hyped about Thalia and the Gitrog monster because Thalia decided to ride a giant horror frog. I'm gonna be honest. It's pretty horrifying. This is in 3 colors that you don't want to see on the commander table in modern day. White has gotten buffed. Like, White's been going to the gym.
Kind of like you.
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute.
I know.
White's been going to the gym.
A little pasty. It's got First Strike. It's got Death Touch. You can play additional lands. It does all the things you want. Oh, and by the way, now, whenever creatures and non-basic lands your opponents control enter the battlefield, they come in tapped.
Ooh.
So that creature that they just put out, creatures coming into play tapped is a lot stronger than it's given credit. If your opponent is having to put their creatures into play tapped, they are slowing down and giving you an opening to just come and punch them right in the face. And then, in addition to that, whenever Thalia and the Gitrog monster attacks, sacrifice a creature or land, then draw a card. If you're running a very land-heavy deck, you're going to get to do this every turn and still play your lands consistently. And then draw cards, and then filter through your deck. And then, maybe, I don't know, win the game with an infinite combo or something. That's just generally how that works.
No. I probably does, but you have Reveling Riches. It's in your deck. I don't need it. I would never get it off. They would literally stop me every single time.
All right.
Oh.
So here's this thing. This is a card that exists now. Deal with the art. The guy's face is on it. He's a little bit vain, but it is what it is.
Oh, this guy. This guy.
I'm happy for him. He won the world championship or something.
Are you trying to remember lore right
But
now?
well, no, it's at the bottom.
Is it?
I'm just a little lost for words because I would never put my face on a Magic card. There's not a snowball's chance in hell that I would ever
Oh,
do
is
that.
it actually?
That's actually him. The reason being, I don't want 7 billion people on Earth looking at me and going, wow, that man has some bad acne in that picture. Like,
Well, just imagine
I
the
don't
people
want
that that dude like, oh man, that dude is fugly, and it's like, I gotta look at that card.
To be fair, all fairies are a little fugly. So it's not his fault. They made him a fairy.
Are you prejudiced towards fairies or something?
I'm a little fairyist.
I'm a fan.
It has flash. It has flying. Whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you draw a card. That's dumb good by itself. It's a 2/1 though, so like it dies to a lot of things. This card is good. This card will see play in CEDH. This card will see play in Legacy. This card will see play in Commander. It has flash. You cast it. Your opponent's like, I'm going to draw 5 cards. And you're like, cool, I'm going to draw a card too. And now every time somebody does that, I'm going to draw another card. And then you can pay 4, so green and blue, each player draws a card, and that's not limited to once per turn. So then you go, I'm at a pot of 4. I'm going to pay this ability. I'm going to pay it twice. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to get a lot of cards. You're going to get 1, 2, 3 for the 3 opponents, and you're going to get the 1, 2 for the ones you got. So you just drew 5 cards for 8 mana, and you can do it again.
Thing goes wild. I don't think you got that one yet.
Let's see. Ayara, Widow of the Realm. See, this would be sad if she hadn't just decided to give up and go, I'm gonna just give myself to Phyrexia for reasons. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I might be a Phyrexian. They'd have to do a cash offer. Like, I need a down payment on all this.
I need a down payment.
There's no return.
So, this says tap, sacrifice another creature or artifact. Ayara, Widow of the Realm, deals X damage to target opponent or battle. And you gain X life, where X is the sacrifice permanent's mana value. Don't do this with Yargle Gargle. You only get 6. And you lose an 18-6. It's not worth it.
That's not worth it.
Or you can pay 5 and 2 life, because again, remember, does not exist. It's 5 and 2 life to flip this guy over.
Then it becomes
Now it's the Furnace Queen. At the beginning of combat on your turn, return up to 1 target artifact or creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. Exile at the beginning of the next end step. This is okay. If it said return target creature from a graveyard to the battlefield under your control, I would play this. I would play this a lot. I would play this so much that I would get kicked out of every table. But it doesn't say that. It says
black-red?
your graveyard. It is black-red.
Oh, Jesus, Prosper.
So it says your graveyard, which basically tells me I don't care. I have this weird stigma. I don't want to exile my stuff. If it helps you win the game, cool, but that's not a commander card. And if it's not a commander card, I guess I'm not playing it.
It'd be interesting in Prosper, though, where Prosper, forces you to exile all your shit.
That's true.
Start just ripping shit out. Like, hey!
Pull it out. Here it is. Hey, a list card.
Hey!
Hey, another Shieldred.
Power armor.
I had a potential for turn 1.
Yeah, man. Didn't you know?
Turn for each basic land type. Ooh.
This is this right here is a Space Marine.
That's a Space Marine. Been looking at those 40Ks a little too long, had you?
Oh, yeah, man. I love 40K.
Oh, is that the same?
Yeah, it's a Shieldred. We got a captain.
Shieldred.
Different. Oh, wait. This is the other one. This is what I was talking about.
You just phased over it.
It's been a long time. Captain Landry Storm got a reprint. Everybody praise the captain. Woo! I mean, she's still doing her iconic pose. She's like tactical rock stepping on some dinosaur. Is that a dinosaur? It's a Phyrexian. Okay.
Phyrexian,
She's tactical rock posing on a Phyrexian. So that's pretty awesome. It's captain stuff. This Shieldred, this is the one I was talking about. Now it has Menace. Cost 5. It's a 4/5. Enters the battlefield. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature or planeswalker. So, token decks, beware. Shieldred's coming for you. So you better hide your kids and hide your wife. Most of you are probably too young to get that reference.
No, that's the captain.
You can pay 4 and a black to exile her and return her to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control. Activate only as a sorcery, and only if an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard. That's important. Mill decks, you might want this. My little mill friend, this right here, this is going to be your stuff. Reason being, you flip
Pay
it,
attention, Bears.
it turns into a Sega. Segas are cool. Now, first step, each opponent destroys up to 1 target creature or planeswalker that player controls. So for each opponent, you just go boom, boom, boom. Stuff gone. Phase 2, each opponent discards 3 cards, then mills 3 cards. Hey, look,
shit.
you're milling stuff and destroying their hand. Now for phase 3, put all creature cards from all graveyards onto the battlefield under your control. Exile the scriptures, then return it to the battlefield, which means it's Shieldred again.
So you can keep doing that.
You just stole everybody's stuff and then got a Shieldred.
So Mill deck. Hey, Drew, if you're in a stream, this card doesn't exist.
It exists.
It does not.
And we're selling it.
He's playing the
Come buy it.
the horror Demir. Pirate
That's where it
captain.
belongs.
But you know what I'm talking about? The horror Demir pirate
Oh yeah,
captain.
that's where it belongs.
With menace and everything for all the horrors. No,
Yeah, man.
I would hate myself.
I
He'd just mill everything and then steal everything and then mill everything and then steal everything.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
I am not.
SRAM got a reprint. Not important. Chrome Host Seed Shark. This card is dumb. Like most of the cards in the set, I'll be honest. I thought last set was a power creep. This is a bit of a. We took it from a 10 and we just cranked that bad boy up to a 14. Because this train never stops. It's a 2 and a blue for a flying Phyrexian shark. Yes, Sharknado has returned. It's a 2/4, which means you can't lightning bolt this thing. It's not boltable. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell,
I'm gonna need you to speak up if you're doing that on the side. I need some ad
incubate
libs.
X. Now, where X is that spell's converted, or sorry, where it's that spell's mana value, which is important because X spells can happen. Now, incubate just says, where's the token? Where's the token? Where's the token?
The first
Yeah,
one, that one.
the thing that looks like a freaky egg. Incubate
spawn sack.
makes this thing that gets that many +1/+1 counters. It's just an artifact token. It's not a critter. Why do the +1/+1 counters matter? Oh, because you can pay 2 mana, and go, BAM! Now it's a 0/0, and all those +1/+1 counters matter. That's what Incubate does. And it's dumb, because it's attached to a 2/4 flying shark that costs 3.
No, I didn't.
Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back.
Pause. Give us 1 second, stream.
All right, guys, I'm back. I got to give all of our tournament attendees their crack cocaine in the form of cardboard. Everybody knows that that's their favorite. All right, let's get this back on track.
Ronnie, don't let me see any lines on that table.
Wait,
Don't let me see any lines on that table.
we got a Bane of Progress.
I got 4.
If you guys don't know what Bane of Progress is, this is a board wipe for artifacts and enchantments, and it gives you a creature in return. Okay. And we got Knight Errant of Eos. What?
What?
Oh, okay, not what I thought it was. All right, my brain did a double take, and I thought it was a thing that was way better than it was.
Yeah, trust me, I heard the
Yeah.
in the stomp on
My
breaks.
brain went, hold up, is that the captain of Eos?
No,
Nope, it's not. It's not even close. All right, we have
it's not even close.
Anafonza, the Kentree Spirit got reprinted. Doesn't matter. We have Knight Errant of Eos. What does this do? It costs 4 and a white. It's a 4/4. It has Convoke, so obviously you're going to run a lot of creatures. Just saying.
Sorry, it's contagious.
I know you're transferring that to me. I
My
don't want
bad.
that.
My bad. Damn.
Gosh, you're making me cough. When Knight Errant of Eos enters the battlefield, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal up to 2 creature cards with mana value X or less from among them, where X is the number of creatures that convoked Knight Errant of Eos.
Oh.
Put the revealed cards into your hand and then shuffle. Okay, so it rewards token decks. And it gives you white weenie potential. That's a real phrase. I'm not actually trying to.
Wait a second.
That's an actual.
Did you say white?
It's called white weenie. Okay?
White weenie.
It's a deck type. It's where you have a bunch of little small creatures, and they're generally white because that's just the way white runs. Look, man.
Bro,
Sometimes,
that's amazing.
sometimes I know that stuff rolls off my tongue, but that's an actual term used in Magic.
But the fact of how easily it rolled, though, white weenie, and then it's just like, and they're short and small because that's how white rolls. It's like, what?
We got a list card. You already know what list cards do because you've seen them before. Got that thing, got that thing, got that thing. Why is none of this cool? All right, so there's that. Sidar, Jadari of Zalfir. So
You got through that one.
this is a human knight. So this is Teferi's best friend, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe he actually hates Teferi. But anyway, Teferi and this dude are cool. And this dude rides a giant bird from Zalfir all the way to New Phyrexia.
Got a whole lot of things riding things in this set.
Let's not talk
With the
about
white
that,
weenies.
right? this could be a white weenie deck. Actually, this is Esper colors. It's 4 for a 4/3 with flying and first strike and your guys' favorite ability. In Commander, Eminence, obviously not hated off the table. Whenever you attack with one or more knights, if Sidar, whatever, is in the command zone or on the battlefield, draw a card and then discard a card. Do keep in mind, it's if you attack with one or more, so that does not trigger multiple times unless you have another ability to stack that trigger and copy it. So it's just once. But filtering your cards once per turn is often enough to win you the game.
Especially when no one else is doing it.
So that's pretty dumb, because you can just go, hey, I'm playing Esper colors, so everything's a knight, because that's just what we do. I'm gonna swing a knight. Now I filter my card. It's basically what it does. It has first strike too, because it's a knight. Why wouldn't it? Whenever he deals no.
Double strike.
No, he costs
Double
4.
strike.
No.
Double strike.
Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, return target knight creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. He's also built-in recursion, so yes, no double strike. He does not get to do that twice. He gets to do it once. Get out of here.
That would be amazing.
It would be, and it's too good to be printed.
Oh,
Now, Rankle and Torbrand. So we got Rankle, Cankle, and Yargle Gargle. And Rankle Cankle has flying first strike and haste for 5, and it's a 3/4. So far, not as good as Yargle Gargle. The rest of that doesn't matter. This is all that matters, is that 3/4. And Yargle Gargle's just beating him. Just
He's
osing
gargling
him.
him.
Yep. This is a fairy dwarf. I know there's 2 creatures on this, and that's why it's a fairy dwarf. But for those of you out there who are fairies, and for those of you out there who are this version of dwarf, please do not make children. Because you get Rankle Cankle. Whenever Rankle Cankle deals combat damage to a player or battle, choose any number. Each player creates a treasure token. Each player sacrifices a creature. If a source would deal damage to a player or battle this turn, it deals that much damage plus 2 instead. So you smack somebody and you get to do all those things. I don't even know how. There it goes. It focused.
Stop moving.
It makes treasures.
You make twatters.
Treasures is the only thing that matters.
Twatters. What combo?
Just Yargle.
Oh.
Just Yargle Gargle. Okay. Collector Oof. This is the first list card we've had that matters. You should all be running this in your CDH if you're great. If you're not, what are you even doing?
Jesus. For the people who don't understand, there is a stack of cards over here that I'm trying to sort, and Ian keeps hockey pucking those daggone cards into me. Straight slap shotting that bitch in my direction.
All right, we have Harobi, Death's Wail. Whenever a creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, destroy that creature.
Ooh.
It's a multiversal multiversal legends. It's a thing that existed before, so we don't care. C double. The spell can't be copied.
And yet it's called C double.
Ironically enough, it's called C double, and you can't do it twice. Okay. Choose one. If an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, you may choose both. Copy target spell. You may choose new targets for the copy, or create a token that's a copy of target creature. It costs 4. It's an instant. I mostly care that this is an instant. I'm not actually worried about or care about anything else on this card because it says this can't be copied, and all of my decks that care about this want to copy my spells.
Yeah.
So I don't care. Some of you may think it's cool, and you're probably right, but I don't want it. All seriousness, it's actually a pretty decent card. I hope some of you who play blue get a lot of use out of it because it seems like it actually will give you some good advantage for one card. It could potentially give you 2 card advantage ahead instead of just 1.
I'm just really upset that you can't copy it, but one of the afflicts that it does is copying a target spell.
See, I understand though because they did that on purpose because there are cards in the past that say copy target spell or instant or sorcery spell, and then you just make a copy of it and have it target that one.
Do it again.
And then you just go,
Do it again.
"Brrrp,
Do it
I
again."
have a 10 bajillion copies on the stack. Deal with it. So this costs 4. It's an enchantment aura. Now, for the first time. Actually, the second time. This is not the first time. For the second time, we have an enchant planeswalker. So this is not a normal enchantment. It's an enchant planeswalker. It's an aura. Enchanted planeswalker has +1. Up to 1 target creature gets +2/+0 and gains first strike and trample until end of turn. You do that to Yargle Gargle, you make him a 20 power with 6 toughness and trample.
Dun, 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 dun.
But your planeswalker has to. That's a lot of extra steps to make Yargle Gargle effective.
But it matters what planeswalker you're doing it to as well.
That is true. That is true. Whenever you activate a loyalty ability of Enchanted Planeswalker, copy that ability. You may choose new targets for that copy. That's the part that matters. Okay? All of this doesn't matter. It's that bottom part. Because what happens when you ult the Planeswalker and you do it twice? Well, guess what? You probably won the game.
Ugin the Spirit Dragon.
Yeah, Ugin the Spirit Dragon. You probably won the game.
Do it twice. Do it again. No, just. You're right, Ronnie.
What do we got? What do we got? What do we got?
Hey.
Things, stuffing things. Doesn't matter. Ooh, that land is pretty.
You're just now paying attention to the land.
They didn't matter before. This one's shiny. For Fire Song and Sun Speaker. If I haven't heard about it prior to now, it probably doesn't matter. Breach the Multiverse. This is actually pretty cool. Okay, so this costs 5 and 2 black. I can play this in Gix. Each player mills 10 cards. For each player's chosen. Or sorry, for each player. For each player, choose a creature or a planeswalker card in that player's graveyard. Put those cards onto the battlefield under your control. Then each creature you control becomes a Phyrexian addition to its other types. And at the bottom, Elish Norn is saying, all worlds will know perfection. So it is like, this is Phyrexia tearing open new holes into the multiverse because it didn't have enough already. And shoving Phyrexians into it to make more Phyrexians.
I mean, that's kind of how that happens. You shove things in the holes and it multiplies.
Not all of them.
Well.
Hey, you want a shoe one?
My choice, hopefully. Ooh.
All right, we got a mythic battle here. This is Invasion of Ravnica. I don't know what this does. When Invasion of Ravnica enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent opponent controls that isn't exactly 2 colors. Okay, so that hits most things, and it costs 5, and it's a siege. I like that it's removal. Okay, it's colorless removal. Colorless removal is necessary. It's needed. Let's flip this bad boy over and see what it does when you smack it to death. Guild Pact Paragon. Whenever you cast a spell...
You got those cards, by the way.
Whatever. Is the symbol something other than gold or red?
Yes.
Yeah, that didn't matter. It doesn't matter. Whenever you cast a spell...
I just want to see what you would say.
Fair. Whenever you cast a spell that's exactly 2 colors, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a card that's exactly 2 colors from among them and put it into your hand. The rest of the bottom of your library in random order. This is neat. This effect is more niche. If you're running a lot of like 2-color cards, this can do stuff. It's colorless removal. Okay, that turns into a 5/5. That maybe does other stuff. I like it. It does things, but again, it's a mythic battle. So back to my point earlier, only really the mythic and the rare battles actually matter for the most part, which is kind of sad. Wizards do better. We don't need rares and mythics to be the only cards people have to own. Obviously, I'm skipping all the commons and uncommons because that's what's been happening. All right. Oh, we got a thing. Oh yeah, we got the pack.
He finally got a pack.
Oh, what is that? There are a bunch of holes in that land. Look at that. There's holes popping up all over the place.
I had to.
Whoa. Listen, man.
Am I wrong, though?
Listen, you're not wrong.
Wait, hold on. Am I wrong, though?
You're not wrong. All right, we got foil, showcase, Skithrix the Blight Dragon.
I already know that's what you're probably wanting, correct?
No.
You don't want that one?
No.
No?
No, I want Yargle Gargle.
It's right there. I'm talking about pulling.
Oh, I know. That's why Yargle Gargle is the best card in the set. It has the most power. I mean, my logic is infallible. All right?
Big dumb creatures. Okay, gotcha.
Big dumb creature, go big dumb stomp. So, Teysa Karlov, we know what that does. She's neat. She triggers extra abilities and does stuff, and when things die. Okay. Skithrix the Blight Dragon. Everybody loves Infect. And if you don't love Infect, it's because you wish you loved Infect. And you don't love Infect because you hate yourself. Come to terms with Jesus and play Skithrix the Blight Dragon. Okay? It's everything we want. It's a dragon. It's a Phyrexian. It's a skeleton. It costs 5. It flies. It's a 4/4. It has Infect. And you can give it haste by paying a black. And you can regenerate it.
Can you?
You can actually give it haste.
And regenerate it.
Now, I know this isn't the super fancy power creep that everybody's been dealing with in most recent sets. There's probably, if they were to print this today, it'd probably cost 2 black. But because it wasn't printed today, this is a reprint of an older card, a new art, revitalized in current form. We got the funky dragon here to smack you with Infect. Everyone should play it.
I do like that they made it look like last set. The Phyrexian set.
Oh, yeah. No, they're doing the showcase for each of the planes. It's super cool. Vivian's Talent. Okay, more Planeswalker enchantment. So this is basically every color's getting one. Enchant Planeswalker has +1. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. It does a Vivian thing. Okay, it's green. Green does green thing. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a loyalty counter on Enchant Planeswalker. Now, here's the thing about this one. Both of these abilities matter. Card advantage, loyalty advantage. This will help you ult super fast.
And make everybody cry.
This is the only problem. If this were like this, it'd be better. It would only cost 2, but no, it costs 3. So it's slow. But we're still going to play it.
You're not that slow.
Don't tell anybody that. Let them think it's slow. I want people to feel bad about their life decisions. All right. Complete the circuit. It has Convoke. It costs 5. You may cast sorcery spells this turn as though they had Flash. So this is an instant.
So I know Hooser. What up, Hooser? How you doing? And this is Ian. I know you ain't talking to me because you know who I am. This is Ian. This is the store owner's son up at Hypermind.
I don't know jack about Pokemon.
I know he's trolling. He's being funny.
Blaziken is cool though, because if you take a Torchic and you drop it in oil, you get fried chicken like that. You don't even have to heat it up or nothing. It just does it on its own. Anyway, off of the murdering suicidal Torchics. Convoke, you may cast sorcery spells this turn as though they had flash. So you can cast this, and then all your other sorcery spells until the end of turn are able to be cast instantaneously, like at instant speed, sort of thing. Instantaneously, instant speed. I'm smart.
Thank you for the 2-month sub there, Redhead. Appreciate you.
It says, when you next cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell twice. You may choose new targets for the copies. So basically, you get a bunch of creatures, you tap them sideways, they make this cheaper, and then you cast it, and then you're like, you know what? I really want to play a spell that's not that spell that can't be copied. Don't do that to yourself. Play a spell that can be copied. Play Lightning Bolt. Then you deal 9 damage. It's an instant already, so it doesn't super matter, but play Expropriate. Expropriate gets copied twice. You get 3 expropriates. That's triple the expropriation.
I feel like we're talking about some bad.
I'm just saying, that's a lot of extra turns.
So Hoosier, yes, we I put it in the chat. What's that? Well, hold on, I'm getting there. So we're opening packs for the new set. This is pre-release weekend for March of the Machines, and we are at Hypermind in Burlington doing this with Ian right now. But yes, we are opening packs. We are in a set booster right now. We have a collector booster and a bundle box. Still to come.
All right, we have... I don't know how to say that word. Archpriest of Shadows. Okay, good. I said
you do know how to say it. You liar.
English hard.
English.
Archpriest of Shadows has backup 1, so we know what that does. That makes it so that when it enters the battlefield, you give somebody a +1/+1 counter, and then they get these abilities until end of turn, which is Death Touch, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player or battle, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. This card is okay. If it didn't cost 5, I would play it. But it costs 5, and as established, it doesn't cost 2, which means it's slow. That's not actually true. This is a decent card.
It's a decent for what it's doing.
But it's not like, it's not game breaking by any means. It's not the power creep we've seen.
It's slow.
Yeah.
How you doing tonight, though, Redhead and Hoosier? Thank y'all for joining the stream, guys.
What do we got? We got this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing. If any of you know what these cards are, I'm proud of you. If you don't, it's okay. No one cares anyway. They're commons and uncommons. They do stuff and things, and I'll look at them later. Maybe we'll do a different stream.
Hoosier says that cat reminds him of Men in Black.
I mean, it's a pretty smart cat. Just saying.
See, I see it, and I see Guardians of the Galaxy or something like that.
The Galaxy.
The Flurgle.
Men in Black Galaxy. All right.
Men in Black.
I love this mat. This cat is amazing. Obviously, it's not the reason, but I love it.
Is this yours or the store?
This is mine. No one can have this mat but me. This is mine.
What's your price?
Look. $1 million.
I was hoping you were going to do something with it.
All right. Quintorius Loremaster, the saddest boy. We know from the lore that he's either dead or a planeswalker. He's either dead or a planeswalker. I don't know which one it is, but he costs 5. He's an elephant cleric. He's a legendary elephant cleric. Get your hands off my eyes.
No. He said he's mesmerized. I was helping him.
No. Get mesmerized.
Get mesmerized.
That's the point.
You don't even play Hoosier. Go buy a mat.
Go buy a mat.
Go buy a mat.
And a commander deck. Vigilance. At the beginning of your end step, exile target non-creature, non-land card from your graveyard. Create a 3/2 red and white spirit creature token. You can also pay 3, tap it, sacrifice a spirit, choose target card. Exiled with Quintorius, you may cast that card this turn without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put into a graveyard, put it into the bottom of its library instead. This is like slow recursion.
It's like slow prosper.
Yeah, it's a slow, like, non-creature recursion type thing in red-white. I mean, Lightning Helix is cool, I guess. I don't know. I don't see a lot of stuff in red-white that would care about because he costs 5.
Yeah, he's a little slow.
Exactly. He's a little slow.
Thank you for the alert there, Hoosier.
What do we got? Commons, uncommons, commons, land, something.
So,
I'm just being honest. It's something. It's not nothing. Now, we have
your eyes are
Heliod.
this close.
Yeah, it's true.
Wait, did you pull a Heliod?
We pulled a Heliod, the Radiant Dawn.
You might want
He
to
cost 2 white and 2 colorless. Now, they effectively took Heliod and turned him into a big bad Phyrexian. But not on this side. It's on the other side. And
take a walk on
when,
the other side.
when he enters the battlefield, return target enchantment card that isn't a god, because he doesn't like the other gods, from your graveyard to your hand. So you can just take an enchantment, flop it back in your hand. Pretty neat. It's okay. We care about this other part. Pay 3 and 2 life. Transform him. Oh look, now he's a 4/6, and you may cast spells as though they had flash.
Oh shit!
It's a Vidalcan Orrery on a stick. When spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each card your opponents have drawn this turn. He's a 4/6 that says your spells cost 1 less to cast for each card your opponents have drawn. Your opponents draw a card each turn.
At least.
Which means your spells are going to cost 1 less on each of their turns.
And everything has flashed.
But if your opponents are like, I'm going to draw 5 cards. Now your stuff costs 5 less to cast.
Look, now it's in his hand.
Yeah.
He's holding it.
This is the cat using bad Jesus.
Redhead, that is, you're looking in a mirror on that one. I got called slow.
Gold Span Dragon. It's a list card.
shit.
It's a good list card. Again, what do we love about this? It's a dragon. It flies. It's a 4/4. It has haste built in.
And it's
it makes
mythic.
treasures.
And it's mythic.
It makes treasures. Let's see. All right. Yep, there's stuff.
God damn.
Artist, Oracle of the Half-Truth. I like Whole Truths. So...
Stop it with your hockey puck bullshit.
It's making me worse.
I've been working.
He has been working. We have Invasion of Theros. It's a battle, costs 2 and a white. Whenever Invasion of Theros enters the battlefield, search your library for an aura, god, or demigod card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle. Now, when you beat this up, so you come in and you just slap it. You slap that bad boy, it turns into a 4/4. Ifara Ever Sheltering has lifelink and indestructible as long as you control at least 3 other enchantments. Whenever another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Generically.
Redhead, I saw you. I had to, let the man speak.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No. I mean, I know this person too. This is one of my concurrent viewers. So if you see something that says subscriber 9 times out of 10, they're going to be people I know.
Fair enough. Again, this is a rare
Pretty
battle.
much. You're
That's
not
why
wrong.
it's good. It's generically good. It turns into a thing that's good. It ETBs and has a little bit of recursion, which is good.
And then it does dumb stuff on the backside.
It's good. It's just good. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's a Yargle Gargle, but it's good.
She just walked out, Redhead, just so you know.
All right, we have another rare battle. That's all we got out of that pack because I guess we suck.
Redhead
Invasion
said hi.
of Arcavios. I don't know where Arcavios is. Apparently it's a plane that Phyrexia decided to invade. But it costs 5, so I'm already a little skeptical. And then you got to beat it up for 7, so I'm even more skeptical. When it enters the battlefield, search your library, graveyard, and/or outside the game for an instant or sorcery card you own. Reveal it, put it into your hand. If you search your library this way, shuffle. Okay, in Commander, you don't have an outside the game. I'm just going to point that out right now. Outside the game doesn't exist in Commander unless you're talking about Exile. But that's neat. That's neat. In other formats, it's your sideboard. Flip it over after you beat it up for 7, which is a lot. Unless you're Yargle Gargle, then you just
That's
done.
a thump.
Yep. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand, you may copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. That's why it costs that. That's why it costs that. Okay. So it's just a straight up copy your spells effect. That's pretty good. All right.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
All right. The other effect was pretty subpar. That effect was pretty good. That was pretty good. All right.
I mean, we got 3. Oh, hell no. Jesus Christ.
I'll go faster.
No.
I'll go faster.
You're going fast enough.
We're going fast.
No.
Ozolith, the Shattered Spire. Oh, that's really sad. I like the Ozolith. So I guess in this, the Ozolith has come back. If one or more +1/+1 counters would be put on an artifact or creature you control, that many +1 counters are put. Sorry, that many +1/+1 counters are put on that instead. Pay 2, tap it, put a +1/+1 counter on target artifact or creature you control. Activate only as a sorcery. Has cycling 2. Am I disappointed? Yes. Am I very disappointed? No. It's okay. It's a harden the scales effect that makes counters, and you can cycle away if you don't like it. So it's decent. It costs more than hardened scales. It's also an artifact, so it's easier to get out. Also easier to destroy. It's meh. It's meh. It's meh. It's meh. It's meh. It's me. I'm not unhappy with it. I wish it were colorless, but I'm not unhappy with it.
It's me. Meh.
There's a thing. All right.
Did you even actually look through that?
Nope. Iara, first of Loch Thwain. We've seen her before. She exists in other places. This right here. Now, this is no Yargle Gargle, but this is Kroxa and Kunoros. I said that completely wrong or completely right, and it's not up to you to decide. It's a legendary creature that's an elder giant dog. Yes, you heard me right. It's an elder giant dog. This is a cat. This is a dog. And the dog brought his friend. It has vigilance, menace, and lifelink.
I gotta give him a high five.
Whenever this card enters the battlefield or attacks, you may exile 5 cards from your graveyard. When you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's neat. I like it. I mean, I mostly like that it's a dog, but it's neat. It's not great, but it's neat. It has an ETB. It's in decent colors. It costs 6, and it's a 6/6. It's neat.
It does little things. Don't you worry about a fire. Primal Cocoon.
Shiny. What is that? That is a card that has been printed before, but it's pretty art now. It's not whatever it was before.
Perverter of Truth season. So
we have Rampaging Raptor. I've heard whispers that people really like Rampaging Raptor. I think it's okay. It's a dinosaur. It's a dinosaur that's fast. It's a fast dinosaur. Costs 4. It's a 4/4. Has haste and trample. You can pump it. And when it deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to target planeswalker that player controls or battle that player protects. So if you're playing a battle deck or your opponent has planeswalkers that are being real pesky and you're running a burn deck, you can deal with 2 birds with 1 stone and have a dinosaur. You just smack them and smack the planeswalker at the same time because it's a dinosaur. Teferi's Talent. Now this is the blue one. This is the blue thing. We know it's blue because it's broken. Enchant Planeswalker costs 5. Enchant Planeswalker has -12. You get an emblem with, you may activate loyalty abilities of Planeswalkers you control on any player's turn anytime you could cast an instant.
Read that again for me.
Enchant Planeswalker has -12. You get an emblem with, you may activate loyalty abilities of Planeswalkers you control on any player's turn anytime you could cast an instant. It's Teferi on a stick. Everyone's Teferi now. It also says, because that's not enough.
When you draw a card, put a loyalty counter on Enchanted Planeswalker.
It makes somebody Teferi and then everybody Teferi. Teferi's like, I love Teferi.
You get a Teferi. I get a Teferi. You hold a Teferi.
Teferi is like, Teferi is the best
got a
dad.
lot of enchantment.
Okay, I don't know if you guys have seen the card where he has like a kid on his shoulders. He's obviously the best dad.
Yeah, we've got 3 of
But
them
it's
so
even
far.
better that now he makes somebody else the best dad and then everybody the best dad.
Yes, but
Just saying.
That's a whole lot of dadding going on.
It's a whole lot of dad. This ain't high school no more.
Are you sure? That's a whole lot of dadding for it not to be high school.
Should not be the kind of dadding you're doing in high school.
It's been a long day, Red. That's why. Apparently I look dead.
It's all right. We'll just you know, give you a defibrillator, and bring you back to life.
All right, Evanescence.
Grafted Butcher costs 1 and a black. It's a Phyrexian Samurai.
It's
All
a
right?
what?
It's a Phyrexian
Phyrexian
Samurai.
samurai.
Somebody put a katana in his hand and called him a samurai.
Bitch said I got
Just
that
saying.
power.
Whenever Grafted Butcher enters the battlefield, Phyrexians you control gain menace until end of turn. That's where that Phyrexian ability, like that name, that creature type, matters. There are a lot of cards in this set that care about that. Other Phyrexians you control get +1/+1. It only costs 2, and he's a
shit.
2/2. That's pretty good.
Oh, shit.
You can pay 3 and a black, sacrifice an artifact or creature. Return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery.
Oh, Jesus.
What more do I need to say? It is the champion of Phyrexians.
wow.
Exile that bitch.
High five. Slap hands. Slap hands. Slap hands.
All right, here we go. We're gonna open this pack.
What did I just hear over there?
Slap hands.
Slap hands. Slap hands.
Hey, Yargle came back to say hi. It's not Yargle Gargle.
But it is the other Argle.
It is Yargle the Glutton.
The glutton. Kind of like you for a gargle.
Yep. Me for a gargle.
Let's see.
Let's get lesser Yargle out of here. It's half the Yargle of the other Yargle. All right. I don't know how to say that word. Interdisciplinary mascot.
I really wish you'd turn the card over right side around before you say you can't say the word, because every time you say it, you turn the card around, then like, bam, I can say
I
it.
still can't. I'm pretty sure I said it wrong. It has Convoke, Ward 3, cost 8. It's a 5/5. It's also an elemental fractal. It's not a cat like the picture looks like, so it's not as cool. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library, put one of them in your hand, and the rest in the bottom of your library in random order.
I don't like that. There's a token for a Phyrexian Hydra.
That'll come into play later. That'll come into play later. This card is not good. It's trash tier.
Yeah.
Okay? Unless you're running a bunch of recursion, ETB sort of stuff, it's trash tier. All right, here we go. We have a rare battle. It costs 2 and a blue. Invasion of Segovia, which is basically just a micro world. Everything is smaller there. When Invasion of Segovia enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 blue Kraken creature tokens with trample. Yes, 1/1s with trample. Then we're going to flip this over because you beat it up for 4.
I was about to say, Bears is asking, is this more for Commander? I don't think this is more for Commander, is it?
It's the things in this set. It's a standard set. It's not more for Commander, but Wizards in general has leaned towards Commander.
Bears. I need you to stop. He told us that's what he. That's what she said.
Unfortunately,
He said,
Wizards has kind of like ignored all the other formats, and so they've let them die off. Commander's a great format. I love it, but they've really messed some things up by focusing too hard on it. That was never the point of Commander. So every set that comes out
has a
is
little
gonna feel like Commander. This one says non-creature spells you cast have Convoke. I like that. At the beginning of your end step, untap all up to 4 target creatures. That doesn't say your creatures.
What? Hold on.
So you can go, hey, you want to make a deal? I'm going to untap your stuff.
At the beginning. Oh.
That's pretty neat. It's pretty neat.
Okay.
It's not like super good, but what's the power on that creature? Is it a 1/1?
That is a 3/3.
So 3/3. Wow, it's even better.
Drew, if you're in stream, that card doesn't exist.
He keeps telling you that. I'm telling you, he's lying.
You don't understand, my brother.
Ooh, it's shiny.
We have like 6 of those that are non-shiny, Ian.
I don't care. The only ones that matter are shiny. If it's a land and it's not shiny, it's not real.
So there's not a pile of land sitting right there.
No, that's trash. That's blank trash. Companion, neat. Don't know what it does. Don't care. We've seen it before. It's a reprint from Ikoria. Ancient Imperiosaur. This is what we're here for. This is a dinosaur. So it costs 7. It has Convoke, Trample, Ward 2. It's a 6/6. And it enters the battlefield with 2+1/+1 counters on it for each creature that convoked it. That means this boy
as much as you
can be a 20/20. He can be a 20/20 that costs you nothing but tapping creatures. And he has Ward 2 and Trample. So you just slap this dinosaur in there, and he's like, all right, I'm a dinosaur, and I'm here, and I'm bigger than Yargle Gargle.
Imagine having him beside Yargle Gargle.
Obviously, this is like, it's not quite as good as Yargle Gargle, because Yargle Gargle costs 6, and it's always going to be an 18/6, and this might be a 6/6 for 7 if you're just like really unlucky. But if you can get 7 creatures and you can convoke this guy and have 2 green ones that are convoking, it's better than Yargle Gargle. Jesus. Better than Yargle Gargle confirmed. All right.